5 celebrities who gave their kids up for adoption. 1. Albert Einstein. Ancient records reveal history of Einstein's infamous daughter, alleging adoption, controversies and conspiracy. In 1902, long before Einstein became a household name, he had a child with his then-girlfriend Mileva Maric. They named their daughter Lieserl. However, Einstein wasn't married yet, and having a child out of wedlock was considered scandalous in ancient times, a crime that ended people's career. After few years, several letters between Einstein and Mileva revealed a little girl's existence. Sadly, their daughter named Lieserl, and her existence, completely vanished from the records after 1903. No birth certificate, no photos, nothing. It's as if she never existed. There is a widespread belief that Einstein and Mileva gave their child up for adoption due to immense social pressure and public scrutiny. 2. Clark Gable. Clark Gable and his co-star had an affair that led to pregnancy, secrecy, and denial. In 1935, while filming a movie, Gable had an affair with his co-star Loretta Young. However, she became pregnant soon after. The thought of having their own kids made them very happy, but at that time, Hollywood was very strict about image and morality clauses, meaning that exposure of their affairs and her pregnancy could destroy their career. So with the help of her studio and their influence, she disappeared from the spotlight. Publicly, it was explained as an extended vacation, but truthfully, she was hiding her pregnancy. She secretly gave birth to a daughter named Judy Lewis in 1935. To avoid scandal and public scrutiny, the baby was placed in an orphanage for about 19 months. She then went back and adopted her own child, pretending she was simply taking in an orphan. Sadly, Clark Gable never publicly acknowledged Judy Lewis as his daughter during his lifetime. 3. Roseanne Barr. Before she became a star, Roseanne Barr felt the difficulty of motherhood. At just 17 years old, she found herself pregnant and alone in Denver, Colorado, with little support and no way to provide for both herself and for her unborn child. Although it was a tough decision at that time, she entered a Salvation Army home for unwed mothers. There, she gave birth to a daughter whom she named Brandy. For 1 week, Roseanne held her baby, torn between love and circumstance. With tears in her eyes, she made the painful decision to give her child up for adoption. Few years later, Roseanne's comedy career exploded, making her famous and successful in her career, but she never forgot the child she left behind. In the early 1990s, fate intervened. A tabloid tracked down her daughter. Roseanne Barr and her daughter had a happy reunion in 1989. 4. Andy Kaufman. Kaufman had his first child when he was 20 years old. In 1969, his girlfriend gave birth to a daughter whom they named Maria Colonna. Few hours after her birth, Kaufman was torn between love and the truth of his unstable world. His dreams of performing, his unpredictable lifestyle, it all flashes in his mind. He whispered to himself saying, "I can barely take care of myself, so how can I be a father right now?" They gave her up, and she was placed for adoption at birth. For years her identity remained a secret to the public. It wasn't until the 1990s that Maria, who had grown up not knowing who her biological father was, discovered that Andy Kaufman was her dad. Thankfully, she later connected with some of Kaufman's family members. 5. David Crosby. David Crosby was just another struggling musician when he had his first child. During this turbulent time, he faced a heartbreaking reality. He couldn't provide the stability and security a baby needed. With heavy reluctance, Crosby and the child's mother made a decision that would shape both their lives. They placed their child for adoption. It was a silent sacrifice, buried under Crosby's chaotic rise to stardom. For decades, Crosby carried the quiet weight of that choice. Rarely speaking about it publicly, he often admitted that his life was filled with mistakes, and giving up his son was one of the hardest.